welcome to DBHandmades. My name is Danielle, and today we're going to make a spooky cat's trick-or-treat crocheted bag. I'm going to share with you a free pattern and video tutorial today. Recently, I just learned how to make a cat stitch pattern. I was like, ooh, what could we do? I don't want to just do a video tutorial on how to do the stitch, it's just the stitch itself, but I'm like, what could I make that could be fun and that we could use, something that's useful. Thought maybe we could make a sweater, but then my husband, I will credit him with this idea. He's like, why don't you just make a trick-or-treat bag? And I'm like, this is a fantastic idea. So that's what we're gonna do today. So let's go ahead and get started. So here are the materials that we're going to need today. We're going to need 4-weight yarn. The colors white, orange, and black. A 5mm crochet hook, a stitch marker, and tapestry or embroidery needles just in case. And again, I'm so used to saying polyfill because I make amigurumi all the time, but we don't need that. So this is everything that you will need. Let's get started. We're gonna start with the base of our bag, and I'm gonna use orange so you guys can see the stitches, but you can use black for your base or white. I would just suggest doing all one color for your base. So we're going to start off by doing a magic circle, which is chain 2, followed by 6 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. We're going to slip stitch into the first stitch and put a stitch marker into our last stitch. Make sure to do that at the end of each round. For round number 2, we're going to chain 3 and then do 2 double crochets into the first stitch. One thing to note here that's very important is that our chain 3 is not going to count as our first stitch. So just keep that in mind when you're counting your stitches. And we're going to do increasing double crochets all the way around for a total of 12 stitches. And then make sure to do a slip stitch into the first stitch here. Round number 3 is going to be chain 3 and double crochet into the first stitch, followed by an increasing double crochet into the second stitch. Repeat the sequence of 1 double crochet followed by an increasing double crochet all the way around until you have a total of 18 stitches, followed by a slip stitch into the first stitch. Round number 4, we're going to do chain 3 and double crochet into the first stitch, followed by an increasing double crochet into the second stitch. Now repeat the pattern of 2 double crochets, followed by an increasing double crochet for a total of 5 times all the way around until you have 1 stitch left where you will do 1 double crochet followed by a slip stitch into the first stitch. Round number 5, we're going to chain 3 and double crochet into the first stitch, and then double crochet into the next 2 stitches, followed by an increasing double crochet. In other words, we're going to do 3 double crochets followed by an increasing double crochet. Repeat the sequence for a total of 6 times all the way around, and make sure that you have a total of 30 stitches. Round number 6, we're going to chain 3 and do 2 double crochets, followed by an increasing double crochet. And now repeat the following sequence of 4 double crochets, followed by an increasing double crochet. We're going to repeat that a total of 5 times all the way around until you have 2 stitches left, where then you will do 2 double crochets and then a slip stitch into the first stitch. Make sure that you have a total of 36 stitches all the way around. Round number 7, we're going to do 3 chains and then we're going to do 5 double crochets in a row, followed by an increasing double crochet. Repeat this 5 more times all the way around until you have a total of 42 stitches, and then make sure to slip stitch into the first stitch. Round number 8, we're going to do chain 3 and do 3 double crochets, followed by an increasing double crochet. Repeat the sequence of 6 double crochets, followed by an increasing double crochet. Repeat the sequence for a total of 5 times until you have a total of 3 stitches left, where you will do 3 double crochets followed by a slip stitch into the first stitch. Make sure that you have a total of 48 stitches all the way around. For round number 9, we're going to chain 3 and do 7 double crochets, followed by an increasing double crochet. Make sure to repeat this sequence 5 more times all the way around until you have a total of 54 stitches. Round number 10, we're going to do 3 chains followed by 4 double crochets, then an increasing double crochet, and then repeat the sequence of 8 double crochets followed by an increasing double crochet, and repeat the sequence for a total of 5 times all the way around until you have a total of 4 stitches left, where then you will do 4 double crochets followed by a slip stitch into the first stitch. Make sure that you have a total of 60 stitches all the way around. For round number 11, I'm going to chain 3 and double crochet into the first stitch, followed by another 8 double crochets, followed by an increasing double crochet. Repeat the sequence of 9 double crochets followed by an increasing double crochet 5 more times for a total of 66 stitches. Number 12, we're going to chain 3 and double crochet into the first stitch, followed by 4 double crochets, then an increasing double crochet. Just double check. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets so far, and then an increasing double crochet. And now repeat the sequence of 10 double crochets followed by an increasing double crochet. Make sure that you repeat this sequence 4 more times until you have 5 stitches left, where then you will do 5 double crochets and then a slip stitch into the first stitch. Make sure you have a total of 72 stitches all the way around. Round number 13, we're going to chain 3 and do 11 double crochets, followed by an increasing double crochet. Make sure to repeat this sequence 5 more times all the way around until you have a total of 78 stitches. Round number 14, we're going to chain 3, and we're going to do a double crochet in the first stitch, followed by 5 double crochets, followed by an increasing double crochet. And now we're going to repeat the sequence of 12 double crochets, followed by an increasing double crochet. Repeat the sequence 4 more times until you have 6 double crochets left, or 6 stitches left, where then you will do 6 double crocheted, followed by a slip stitch into the first stitch. Row number 15, which is our final row, we're going to chain 3 and do 13 double crochets. Okay, so we just finished the base of our bag. It kind of looks like a very small sombrero, honestly. Don't worry about it if it's folding in on itself, if it's not lying completely flat. It's okay, because guess what? It's gonna be a bag that is meant to just hold things in, so it is perfectly fine for it to not lie flat. The only thing is that we're just gonna make sure that it is, you know, it's got the right amount of stitches in each round. And I'm so glad that I decided to just do one color for the base, because I did this, I had a first attempt on this base and I had black in the middle, and it just, I didn't like it very much. It was like a little bit of black, orange, and then some white. It just, if you're gonna do color changes in your base, just do stripes or something. I mean, unless if it's something that you really like, but it just wasn't my vibe. I just wasn't vibing with it. I'm so glad I redid it in a single color. And now we're going to continue on, and we're gonna start off with black for our cat stitch. Last night when I was just not feeling well, not well enough to sit at my desk for very long, and so I actually went to the couch and I crocheted myself a different version of the spooky cat trick-or-treat bag. Absolutely obsessed with this colorway. I did some dark gray, purple, lime green, and white, because those are also some spooky colors, and I love this color combination. Now what I'm doing is, I think this is as tall as this is going to be, this bag is going to be, and then I got to put handles on it. But I mean, you can choose to make this version of the bag as well, but oh my god, I freaking love this. We're gonna make our first color change, so in order to do that, I'm actually gonna undo my previous slip stitch and double crochet, and I'm gonna act like I am doing my last crochet or double crochet right now, and instead of completing it with the orange yarn, I'm actually going to put on my new color, which is the black, and pulling it through the 2 orange loops. And I will be using the black yarn to do the slip stitch as well. And now we're going to start the first row of the body. We're going to chain 3 and double crochet into the first stitch. Then we're going to skip 4 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th stitch, we're going to do a shell stitch, which is 2 double crochets, followed by a chain 1, and then 2 more double crochets. And all this is done in the same stitch. And we're going to repeat, skip 4 stitches, and then in the 5th stitch putting a shell stitch. We're going to repeat that all the way around until we have 5 stitches left, and I'll show you what to do. We are going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, And let's see, we're going to just do 2 double crochets and do a slip stitch into the chain 3 here. And that's it. And then we're ready for round number 2. Round number 2, we're just going to repeat what we did for the first row. So we did chain 3 and double crochet into the first stitch, followed by a shell stitch into the previous row's shell stitch, or doing a shell stitch into this chain 1 right here. And just as a reminder, the shell stitch is 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. Repeat this all the way around until you are at the final stitch, where then you will do 2 double crochets, followed by a slip stitch into the chain 3. And our skip 4 stitches and then doing our 2 double crochets, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in the 5th stitch, do the first part of your increasing double crochet, and then the beginning part of the second double crochet. And I didn't cut off my orange yarn just yet because I knew I wanted to add it a couple of rows later. I pulled that through my 2 black loops, and now I'm going to do a slip stitch into the chain 3 right here. And now we are ready for round number 3. Round number 3, we're going to do chain 3, followed by a double crochet in the first stitch. And instead of going to do a shell stitch like previously, we're actually going to do what's called a double crochet cluster stitch, which is we're going to work underneath the first row. So yarn over, put your hook underneath the first row, then pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, go underneath the first row again, pull through another loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, and then pull through your remaining 3 loops. And you have just done your first double crochet cluster stitch. And then next we will go ahead and do our shell stitch, which again is the 2 double crochets, chain 1, followed by 2 more double crochets. And again, we're going to do another double crochet cluster stitch, followed by another shell stitch, and keep repeating this sequence all the way around. And then do increasing double crochet into the last stitch, followed by your slip stitch into the chain 3 here. For rounds 4 and 5, we're just going to repeat 1 and 2 by chaining 3, going to double crochet into the first stitch, followed by a shell stitch in each previous row's shell stitch. Continue that all the way around until you get to the last stitch here, where then you will do 2 or an increasing double crochet, followed by a slip stitch into the chain 3. Our third color change. So I'm in my second double crochet of my increasing double crochet. And instead of finishing off with the orange yarn, I'm going to put the white yarn on my hook and pull through the 2 orange loops. And then I'm going to slip stitch into the chain 3. Now I'm ready to move on. Round number 6, we're going to repeat row number 3 by chaining 3 and double crocheting into the first stitch, followed by a double crochet cluster stitch. And then we do a shell stitch, which is 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets. So we're going to repeat the sequence of double crochet cluster followed by a shell stitch all the way around until you get to the last stitch here, where you will do increasing double crochet followed by a slip stitch into the chain 3. Rounds 7 and 8, we're just going to repeat rounds number 1 and 2 by chaining 3, double crocheting into the first stitch, followed by a shell stitch in the previous row's shell stitch. Do this all the way around until you get to the last stitch, where you will do an increasing double crochet followed by a slip stitch into the chain 3 here. Now for round number 9, we're going to chain 3 and double crochet cluster, followed by a shell stitch. Repeat this all the way around until you get to the last stitch, where you will do an increasing double crochet followed by a slip stitch into the chain 3 here. Rounds number 10 and 11, we're going to repeat rounds 1 and 2 by chaining 3, double crochet into the first stitch, followed by a shell stitch into the previous row's shell stitch. Continue then all the way around until you get to the last stitch here, where you will do an increasing double crochet followed by a slip stitch into this chain 3 right here. I hope that by now you're getting the gist that we're essentially just repeating 3 rows, and that's forming our cat stitch. It's so cute, especially like I thought it'd be cute for a Halloween trick-or-treat bag. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that I'm doing this. It's so cute. And you can make this as big as you want. You can keep going, or you know, if you think that this is enough room, which for some people it might be, you can go ahead and start making your handle. I might continue to make a couple more rounds, we'll see. But yeah, I really like it. I think it's so cool. Before you put the strap on, you need to do single crochets all the way around, including in the chain 1 spaces in your shell stitch. So I went ahead and marked 10 stitches in between where I want to put the straps. Now I know it's not completely exact, but what I did was I actually matched up the cats on both sides, kind of approximated where I wanted it to be. This is the first stitch, and then this is the 10th stitch. On both sides, they look about even. I know I wasn't exact, come at me. I was kind of doing a mock-up strap for this one. It seems pretty fine. And you can make this as long as or as short of a strap as you want. I just chose to do it shorter. I'll just be real, I don't have enough black yarn. Alright, I'm going to show you those directions and then we're almost done. So here are the directions for the strap. I'm going to take out my stitch marker. We're going to chain 3 and double crochet into this second stitch, followed by another 8 double crochets, chain 3, and then turn. Round number 2, we're going to do a decreasing double crochet into the second and third stitches, followed by 5 double crochets. And then when you have 2 stitches left in your row, you're going to do a decreasing double crochet. So now you will have 8 stitches all the way across, chain 3, and turn your work. From rows number 3 to 23, so you're going to have your chain 3 here, and then you're going to double crochet all the way across. Remember, you're starting into the second stitch. And you chain 3, and then you turn your work. For row number 24 of your strap, you're going to have your chain 3 here, and then you're actually going to do a double crochet into this first stitch here. Followed by an increasing double crochet in the last stitch. Make sure you have a total of 10 stitches all the way across. And remember, your chain 3 counts as a stitch. Then we're going to double crochet into the second stitch, followed by 8 more double crochets all the way across for a total of 10 stitches. And we're not going to chain 3 at the end. So now that our strap is done, we're going to turn our work inside out and connect our strap to the other side of our bag, where our stitch markers should still be. Just make sure your strap is not twisted. Okay. Right. Okay, so now we're going to do slip stitches all the way across, and make sure to do a chain 1 and we're going to work into the back loops only on both sides of our work, so on the bag and also on the strap. So we're going to pull through both our loops and then also complete our slip stitch. Again, working in the back loops only, and slip stitch, and doing this all the way across until you get to your 10th stitch. Okay, now we can for sure take our stitch markers out, obviously, because we will not be needing them anymore, as we have attached our hook or our strap to both sides of our bag. We're going to start single crocheting all the way up and down each side of our strap, and this is going to help solidify that our strap isn't going to be too stretchy over time and that it will maintain its shape. Okay, so I proudly present to you the Trick or Treat Spooky Cats bag. This is so cool. I love the spooky colors, of course. I'm really happy. Normally I'm not so much of an orange person, but I can definitely get behind it for the Halloween season, for the fall season especially. So I am so happy with this cat stitch bag. It looks so cool. And I think that this is plenty big for candy. My goodness, if you're having more candy than this, then God bless you and your tummy, because I would definitely have a lot of tummy troubles if I had this much candy. But now you won't have a problem carrying all that candy around, or whatever you desire. It could even be a project bag for crochet and knitting. And so you just wear it like this. Maybe not. Obviously you're not carrying it above your head. Yeah, I think I'll even do a picture like that too. I hope you enjoyed making your trick-or-treat spooky cat bag. And if you really liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you loved my yarny shenanigans when crocheting this bad boy, go ahead and click subscribe. And until next time, stay safe, happy, and healthy, and have a great day. Bye!